Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to another episode, controversial episode, because we're talking about money today.
Episode 12.
Download and delete.
Hello, it's Shauna.
I am Ty Muncie, innovating creative. Anything, everything I put my mind to.
Yes. Welcome back. I'm glad y'all listening out there. Thank you for coming back with us every week.
To be back.
I know. I feel like we're back into it now. You know, after that first one, we got back in here. Yeah. Oh, like the twos are very influential in my life.
Like 222, 111, 555. Yeah.
And my birthday's 222.
It's like my screensaver is like a 111 screensaver, so it's pretty dope.
Yeah, there's some power in numbers.
Power in numbers, and people don't even know about that, like power manifestation in numbers and stuff.
Oh yeah, it's whenever I tried to. Have you ever had your numbers done where they take your birthday?
I want to get my tarot read, but I don't want like no bad news. So maybe I should give her a tip so I don't get no bad news.
Oh, that's what you do?
I don't know, but is that the tip? I don't know. Let me know, shit. I don't know. So like every show, before we digress, we like to do a motivational moment. Motivation moment is something or somebody that has motivated us. Shauna, I'll let you go first. The ladies first. Ooh.
Oh,
ladies
okay,
first.
Good. Well, that's usually the pattern, right?
Of course.
Thank you, though.
You're welcome.
Well, I can't miss an opportunity to talk about the idea of Dr. Martin Luther King Day and celebrating that, because this is going to come out after that day, which is Monday. But
yeah, this will be out that Wednesday.
Yeah,
this will be out the day of the inauguration.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Oh.
So y'all better listen to us as you inaugurating. Right. Yes.
We are inaugurating.
Yes.
Is that right?
Or just download the fucking episode that day.
Okay.
That's what you do. Now we got to put the explicit mark on here because I said fucking.
It's always on there, isn't it? It's always explicit.
It's always because of me. You don't cuss.
Not usually. Sometimes, no, I do. I'll drop one every now and then.
Not as much as me.
Yeah. You know, the kind of cussing I do as an educator is like, John, did you just say ass?
And he probably said way more than fucking ass, okay?
Oh, that's funny. Okay, so I just wanted to take a moment and talk about how the Mr. Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. has motivated me. And I don't really, it's probably a little cliche now. I've had this conversation with people about, why we still observe things like this.
Did you ever do the Martin Luther King tour?
What's that?
When I was younger, when I was in high school, we did like this black college tour of the South, and we went to the schools in Georgia. I don't know what it was. I'm sorry. Smoke that away. Anyway,
oh, Lord.
We took a bus and we went to Georgia. We went to a whole bunch of different. It was called the Black College Tour. So we went to a whole bunch of different black colleges. So anyway, we were in Atlanta and we were in Memphis at that time.
Okay.
I don't know what it was. I don't remember if this was the Black College Tour.
So you're touring like the colleges that are along the civil rights march, Montgomery March situation.
We went to Alabama.
Yeah, I don't know.
Somebody from Mesmer know what it was. Anyway, we went to the hotel that he was there. He had catfish the night before he got killed. He smoked cigarettes. Not to interrupt your motivation.
No, I love this though.
He smoked cigarettes. So it was like a Black History Museum. I think it's in Memphis, Tennessee.
So
right?
The hotel, you didn't stay at the hotel where he was assassinated.
We didn't stay at the hotel. We just it's a museum now. It's not even a hotel anymore. It's a museum.
Oh.
So like they had the bus that Rosa Parks was on, so you got to actually go on that bus.
Okay.
And then they had the rooms and stuff, so you could see Martin Luther King, everybody in his room. He had catfish the night before he got killed. I didn't know he smoked cigarettes.
I knew about that.
And then some other stuff. I don't want to defame his day.
Yeah.
But that trip just taught me, like, Martin Luther King was just like a regular man. He was a G, but he was so respected and so regaled. Okay.
Yeah, he was. But that's really what I was getting to. I mean, it's just, because every year they encourage you. So not all schools or jobs or whatever, people observe the day by allowing their employees to be off.
They're not, because my job did that.
Yep, not all schools, not all, institutions or whatever observe the day the way some people do. And so they encourage you to take the time to maybe have a service day or volunteer, do something good for the community. Do you remember? Yeah. Do you remember when we were in Public Allies and we had to go and do this, the service day on King Day? Do you remember what service day we did?
No, what did we do?
It was like one of the coldest days of the year.
Please refresh my memory.
I don't know. I feel like it's getting warmer or something as the years go by, but it was like,
warming.
Yes, I know. It was the coldest day of the year. I mean, it was Arctic.
What did we have to do?
We had to pick up garbage in like this neighborhood, like I don't remember, the central city.
I don't remember that. I must have blocked that out.
So there were like droves of us walking down the street.
Are you kidding me?
I am not kidding you.
Girl, the only event I remember is we went to that church and we had to set up that little thrift shop, and we had to set it up like a department store. I love that with my gas. I got a tank top and everything from there.
I don't remember that.
I don't
That's what I
remember
do.
Garbage picking one.
Yes,
I pick up garbage.
Yeah, do you remember? Okay,
well, I'm paying for them college credits, shit.
Then so, but usually you're encouraged to do something like that, or I mean, I've taken my kids to see, the speech contest. Like what neighborhood? It was. Yeah. It was the central city.
And you remember me being there?
I feel like you were.
Because that probably was y'all TSP.
No, it was not. It was us. It was a service day. We had to go for a service.
Because we was allowed to miss like 2, right? I think I probably missed that one.
That's probably
that one
okay.
Yeah.
But it was interesting. I mean, I loved it. There's a feeling of accomplishment and serving your community and all that when you go out and participate and make it a purposeful day. And I think that's the intention of it. But, of course, this year we can't just go out and do whatever. You can't just go. I mean, there have been contests in the past where kids, go to the Market Center and you can read your speech or whatever, or, and I remember being at one of these speeches before. And do you know Michael McGee is the alderman?
Yeah.
Michael McGee was the alderman at the time. I saw Norquist speak at this Dr. King event. Mayor Norquist. I'm aging myself today. I so am. And Mike McGee got up and blew a whistle while he was speaking. Like started like 3. It was 3 people, and they're just like.
No, he did not.
While he was talking, that was their form of protest. So it was interesting. But anyway, I mean, I'm going off the subject, but not really. But this year, I think since we can't do anything and try to make it an intentionally uplifting for the community type of day, I think it's okay for us to do other things to try to find joy. I think Dr. King will be okay that we have no festivities, no service opportunities. I
don't think we shouldn't, though, because people still go out to bars. People still do. They go out and do whatever they want to do.
They?
So why aren't we having anything for Dr. Martin Luther King? We got streets named after him, even though every street that's named after him is the ghetto.
That's a whole different situation. So yeah, that is I'm wanting to draw motivation to enjoy the day tomorrow. That's all.
Oh, well, that's cool. I hope everybody enjoys the day tomorrow.
Observe Dr. King.
It should be cool. My motivational moment is, I'm always watching something. So I just started watching this show on HBO Max called Warrior. And it's like I thought it was going to be like, okay, you know how you have to watch those dub shows, how they speak in like different languages and they like have an actor speak in English or act in English over it. I thought it was going to be one of those dub shows because it was an Asian people show. So anyway, the show is called Warrior, but it takes place in San Francisco in like the 1800s, I want to say. So it's about immigrants coming into San Francisco in the 1800s. So instead of it being blacks against whites, it's whites against the Asians.
Oh.
So it's like they're calling them like the racial slurs and everything like that. And it's just about, they have like these different houses. And anyway, it's a story. But that just made me think that about the Capitol situation that happened, like how they're trying to, this is our country and this is nobody's country but the Native Americans.
This is their land, for sure.
This is nobody's country but the Native Americans. So why
they don't even want this country? They have their own nation.
While y'all storming the Capitol and stuff, y'all storming, and it's not even y'all's. And it just made me think, like, we need to be motivated to, like, really think and grasp this whole era a whole different way and come at it from different perspectives. Like, so many people are angry right now, like neighbors that never spoken to each other, don't even like each other, or used to speak to each other all the time, don't speak to each other because one's a Democrat, one's a Republican. Like, I think this whole election has just divided the entire nation. So my motivational moment is just for everybody to just, you know, think about what our similarities are more so than our differences are, because when we think about our similarities, I think we find out we have more in common. So that is my motivational moment.
That's good. I like that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. We're moving into downloads quick.
So like every show, we like to download and get something that we've learned and or that we just want,
or we're learning,
or just, you know, download on it and just get it off of our chest. So I'll start.
Good. All right, I was gonna say you should start today.
I usually throw it to you.
You want some kombucha before you start?
Yeah, let me take this like a shizat.
Okay.
So today we're drinking La Bourbon.
La Bourbon. Mix that
We're
up.
drinking La Bourbon, and it's really refreshing. So I'll drink that. So let me download. So my download is, I hate that in my neighborhood, the grocery store is Century, and it's right by my house.
Don't do Century.
It's the closest. No,
don't do Century.
Century's prices, they're price gouging the community. Every time I go in there, it's older African American people, and it's like, why?
Wait, the one in Enders Park?
The one in Enders Park, yes, price fucking gouging. I can go to Walmart and get the same stuff, like get the stuff to make tacos. So, you know, you get the ground whatever, ground turkey or ground chuck, whatever you do. I do ground turkey. So get that. You get some chips. You get some taco mix, because I don't make the fresh taco stuff like you do. Because I know you're like, you buy the taco mix? Yes, I buy the taco mix, Shauna.
I didn't say anything.
I know you're thinking it. I don't do the authentic taco. Was that right?
That was good. I like that.
Was that racial if I did that? Anyway, that's how it's pronounced. Anyway, so like you can go there and to make some tacos, I have done the calculation. To go to Century and to make some tacos, you are going to spend $20.19. To get the same amount of stuff, if you go to Walmart, you are going to pay, guess what? $10. $10. That is price gouging. That is price gouging. All those I shouldn't say old, I feel bad. All those elderly people, all those African American people who just now probably getting their stimulus, who probably going to make some good food for their kids. So instead of them going to the store that's down the street, they go into their neighborhood Century, and instead of them charging the neighborhood prices, they price gouging, y'all. I just hate price gouging, and that was my download. I had to get that off my chest.
See, that's because we're going to have to talk.
Maybe I don't know how to shop.
Yeah, I was just about to say that I need to show you how. The thing I like about that Century is that they carry the El Rey corn tortillas. You could just use those.
And I bet you they $14, and you go to El Rey,
they're cheap.
$2.
They're cheaper. And then you can use that. And then
but El Rey's got accused of price gouging too.
Sometimes they do.
Stuff.
I mean, I think sometimes in a lot of ways, knowing how to make things from scratch can be cheaper. You know, if you know how to like use the seasonings you already have in the pantry.
I'm used to the Taco Bell seasoning for my
No,
taco.
you got to just get you some cumin and some chili powder and some garlic powder and onion powder and mix it all together.
Taco, it
make
your
own.
The same. So do you use ground beef or ground turkey?
I have done both.
I use ground turkey all the time. Ground beef tastes like crap.
Yeah, I don't. I try to avoid it, but yeah, I like ground turkey or ground chicken.
I don't really like ground chicken. I don't like the way it crumbles.
It doesn't have enough fat.
Does not crumble properly to me.
We're going to get into a whole conversation about food like we normally do.
But that was my download.
Yeah.
It should be fucking price gouging. If you're going to shop, I say go to Walmart or go to Aldi, because Aldi is owned by Trader Joe's. It's the same thing.
Yeah, I like that.
So if you're shopping at Aldi, you've been bougie. You've been paying $1 for your card. I mean, not $1, $0.25 for your card. So who bougie? I mean, you get a free card at any other store. You got to pay $0.25 to get it at Aldi's.
I didn't think you had to pay for the
card.
card.
You got to pay for your bag.
Oh, you do have to pay for the card still.
You got to pay for your carts and your bags at Aldi's. So people be trying to talk about people that be shopping at Aldi's. Now, if you shopping at Save-A-Lot, me and my good friend just talked about that today. Save-A-Lot is a whole nother story, okay?
Well, all these people, everybody likes Aldi now.
Everybody like Aldi. Do you like
They're
Save-A-Lot?
highfalutin.
Would you trust Save-A-Lot meat? You gonna make you some tacos from Save-A-Lot? Nope. If Save-A-Lot is what you got,
I was about to say, don't grocery shame people.
I'm not grocery shaming you if Save-A-Lot is what you get, because I have gone there to get stuff, but the stuff I've gotten, I have not liked.
It's kind of like Aldi. I mean, it's similar.
Aldi and Save-A-Lot are two totally different things. Because at Save-A-Lot, you save a lot. At Aldi, you just get everything for a discount. It's all discount.
You get all the D's.
Aldi.
all the discounts.
That's what it is. All discount. That's what it stands for.
No, it doesn't.
I guess I just made that up.
I was about to say, I was today years old when I found out that. Okay. Well, I won't be too long today. Because I want to give opportunity for our guests to have the floor. So I think I'm just going to try to hurry up. So, but I've been thinking about, I've been downloading information about the signs of the Reconstruction. I'm hoping that we're finally about to heal in the country from, the response to the virus and what we needed to do as a community, as a country to figure that whole thing out. We got the inauguration this week. So I want to start looking at our healing process, because there's a lot of talk about what comes next with the package, the coronavirus package, the stimulus. There's a new PPP released, I think, last week, Paycheck Protection Program last week. And I don't know anybody who's ever been successfully accessed the Paycheck Protection Program, but maybe y'all do, but I don't. But I think maybe this round is better. So I'm thinking about, the great healing that's happening, or, this sort of reconstruction that we're going to do. And there have been some changes since COVID. I know there's lots of, I hear talk about people moving out of big cities, like New York, because people can just work wherever. You can just move and work remotely. We've kind of revolutionized work culture.
Working from home.
Yeah, working from home or working from wherever, I've just read a lot about people who have taken opportunities to sublet their apartments and move somewhere else just so that they can have.
This is really affecting the real estate market.
Yeah,
people
right.
People own the buildings that I worked in. Nothing there no more.
Right.
But they still have shipping and receiving that go there.
That's right. I don't know if you ever heard of the company WeWork. Have you heard of WeWork?
No.
So I
heard of some strippers that work. Okay, WeWork strippers. Okay, that's what I heard of.
You are on one today. I don't know if anybody wants to Google WeWork, but anyway, they were going down. I mean, they weren't doing as well as they promised investors, but now they're doing better because we've revolutionized the way we work now. So they might be catering their message to that. And I'm thinking about what type of boom may occur in Milwaukee. So you all know that the tech hubs have typically been in Silicon Valley. Like if you think of tech, Google, you think of what? California. You think of San Francisco, Silicon Valley. Mm-hmm. But now they're saying that there are new tech hubs. One is Austin, Texas. They're doing e-commerce, software, and cloud technology. Boston is a tech hub now. Yeah, they're doing ed technology, hardware, and security.
Okay.
Tech security. Surprisingly, third on the list of the new tech hubs, I'll link the article, Chicago. Chicago, Illinois is becoming a hub for financial technology, health technology, and big data.
Hope security.
Yep. And then Colorado is surprisingly becoming a tech hub. They do software, ad technology, and mobile technology. So when I'm thinking about this and, how the ability to kind of be versatile where you work will change as we start to reconstruct our country.
Thank goodness.
Yes, thank goodness. I'm wondering what types of industries will be in Milwaukee. So, I was just kind of researching and seeing what kind of clues I have as to what direction we're going in. And the clues that I got is it could possibly be film, because we have no studios here in Milwaukee. So I don't know. Have
I
y'all
think
heard?
our taxes are too much for people to film here.
I mean, I don't know.
It's like filming taxes. I know that.
Maybe people. I mean, maybe there's nothing really to film here. Like there's the scene, the aesthetic isn't what makes a good film here. You know, I don't know.
I want to go into why I know this, but I know that the filming taxes here are different. You know how like most of reality shows are now shot in Georgia.
Yes,
That's because their filming taxes are cheaper than Hollywood, maybe, or like going like to Canada or some of these other bigger cities.
I bet Florida is cheaper to film in too.
Yeah, Chicago is pretty expensive to film in. They charge you a lot to come in because you have to shut down like streets and stuff. So
okay, so Milwaukee might not be the film hub, huh?
We need to probably try to be a film. It would be nice.
Well, John Ridley, he built this studio here, No Studios, and he's the guy who I think he's the director of 12 Years a Slave.
Okay.
And his studio is like a for-profit hub for filmmakers, and his sister helped him open this studio. Her name is Lisa Caesar. She's a investment banker. So what you can do at No Studios is you buy a membership and you can host film screenings. Oh. You can host you get access to a performance stage, a room to screen films. It's kind of like maybe a mini Tyler Perry studio situation.
And how much you pay? How much is the membership?
I will have to look into that because I don't know. It's and then if you pay more, there's like another level of a membership where you can get a co-working space, like so you can be in there and like.
They used to have a club like that here, where you pay the membership to the club and you can like have the club special for you and your friends. I think it's like off North Avenue, and like you could like have the club locked down for you and your friends and have parties, and it would be like open bar, but you just pay like a monthly thing for that. I don't know how that would work out for me. It's like, are you just breeding alcoholics?
Well, people, I mean, this might the where they're located. They're located near like the former Pabst complex. So I don't know, but it's just that's a nice use of land over there where they're trying to do over by.
So it's gonna be one here.
It is here. Well, No Studios is here. It's over
really?
by. Yeah, it's here. It's been here. I think it's been here.
You know about all this crazy dope shit though. Like, I need to be down.
Yeah, it's here. It's a really nice place. It's beautiful.
Find out how much the membership is.
I will. I have
when
to do
I get
that
$1,400 from the government, that's when I sign up for my membership.
Okay, let's figure that out because that might be nice.
That might be nice to have. We can have like a studio party.
Ooh, look at you thinking big. Because it's about to. Maybe you can give me some Instagram tips because I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing about that.
Baby Will Smith the Cub.
Okay, and then briefly, the only other couple of things I think we could possibly industries we could possibly delve into in Milwaukee, maybe sports, since Giannis just signed a 5-year, $228 million contract extension, y'all, with the Bucks.
We gotta pay for all that. They better win every fucking game.
But
and
you
dribble that ball.
But it's so interesting because when you heard the press around this, his family likes it here, and they're from Greece, where it's beautiful and the sea is blue and
because it's different for them, and then they're rich, so they're not living.
Yeah, they live in River Hills. Yeah. Yeah,
I'm sure they probably not living off Sherman. They probably know nothing about.
But it's cold. It's cold though. they
don't know shit. They probably know about the cherry picking festivals. They probably know about Summerfest that happened and ain't happened. They probably know about all that shit. They don't know about.
Right.
But that's the thing. If we knew about the stuff that the Caucasian people, because I'm trying to stop saying white people, if we knew about the stuff that Caucasian people knew about, we wouldn't say Milwaukee is so boring because like. People be knowing, like, you be knowing about all this shit. Like, going on. You be going, like, picking cherries, making centerpieces and ornaments.
Well, not cherries, but strawberries.
Big strawberries. You know about all that stuff.
I have been picking cherries, but that's up in Door County, though. You can't pick cherries in Milwaukee.
So we're going to have to start putting that on our... maybe Instagram page, like the events and stuff that you know about.
Yeah. I'll talk about.
I think that'd be dope.
That would be. We'll have to talk about that.
We'll have to talk about that.
So I said sport, and the last thing I think we might get into in Milwaukee as we start to recover is entertainment. Maybe we might try to get deep into the game with what is it? Not Lollapalooza, but what happens?
with
Coachella, and
we got Summerfest.
they want
is the biggest
Summerfest to
music-
be as big as like Coachella and some of the other. What's
Isn't
another
it
one?
already like the biggest music festival?
It is the biggest music festival. Do you think it's just as popular as some of the other music festivals that you hear about? Though, I mean, I think there's an opportunity.
I don't think you hear about people going to Summerfest and
You don't.
Summerfest.
No, it's not a. No,
I think they should.
It does here
Summerfest-
locally, so.
Yeah.
But I mean, so entertainment, sports, or film, I'm wondering if we will get ourselves a little deeper in that game as we start to see shifts in how people get back into society and back closer to normalcy. So,
Do you think that should happen in Madison, Wisconsin, or like Milwaukee?
what should happen in Madison?
Like they should have.
It would be nice, but it's not. Madison's not that accessible to Milwaukeeans.
Maybe they built that train.
Yeah, we talked about that, didn't we? So.
Well, we like to introduce our guest. I'll let her introduce herself. She is not a stranger to a lot of you, I'm sure, viewing.
Hello.
I'll let her introduce herself now.
Hi, my name is Lekisha Leonard. So I'm here tonight, really enjoying myself and all this download and motivational conversation we have going on. Should I share my background or should I just share?
Whatever.
Yeah.
Share your background, what you're here to talk about, your delete, your download. Sorry.
So I'll share my background. Been in banking for over 15 years. Been in leadership for over 20 years. So I have 3 daughters. 2 are adults. 1 is 14. They're in college. The 2 are in college, doing big things. I'm really excited for their future.
That black don't
Rat child. You got 2 adult daughters over here looking like a kid yourself, child.
Thank you. Thank you. And so I just take pride in working really hard, leading people, helping organizations be the best that they can be. And I'm here tonight to see how this goes and see what's in store. But as far as my motivation, I'm kind of like in line with you guys. Martin Luther King, we know tomorrow we celebrate him. I guess Friday, I believe, was his birthday.
Yes,
the 14th,
yes.
right?
Yeah.
15th.
The 15th.
Yep.
My daddy, growing up, always took off for Martin Luther King Day, and we always would have to go to different events and where they'd be celebrating Martin Luther King. I remember there was a singing contest during Martin Luther King. It wasn't just a singing; it was like a talent show. So yes, we participated in that. My brother did a speech. I did the singing. We didn't win. It was like $100.
We didn't win.
Neither one of us won.
You wanted to win, I'm sure.
So
At least y'all have the talent to participate.
just knowing, the sacrifices that he's made for this country and where we are today, and how he would feel about the fact that a group of crazy maniacs stormed the domestic terrorists.
Terrorists.
How he would feel about that, but. I guess then my delete is really...
No. What's your download?
Oh, my download. I'm sorry. Oh, my download, guys. When I look at social media, I look at all these parents that are posting about how they've lost a child to gun violence or to car accidents, and it breaks my heart because I look at my own children. I'm like, every time my daughters go out the door, I'd be so scared, praying for them, like, please allow them to come home safe. So I just, that's the heaviness.
Difficult.
Yeah, that's the heaviness.
You guys have teenagers, so I know driving teenagers, and they be Tokyo drifting out there. I'm like, what is this new form of driving? When I was in high school, we did not zigzag at the stop sign, and I don't get it. What's the Tokyo drift driving?
What is that about?
And the road rage is real for some reason.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I try to take a new route every day to see which one is the most calm and chill on my way home because people are very, very aggressive in Milwaukee, and we've talked about this before, though, so I don't want to, but yes.
They call Capitol Drive like NASCAR.
Yeah,
it's it's crazy.
Yeah,
so,
it's a speedway.
Yeah, that's heavy on my heart, so I'm praying for all the families out there, all the moms and the dads that are hurting and in pain because of, losing one of their precious children and just trying to, pray for better days when it comes to that. And hopefully our city government is working on something to try to, combat the crime that we're facing right now and get these young people into something that keeps them from stealing cars and doing all this crazy stuff. So.
Like, what do you mean? Get them into something like school, maybe? Or?
Hello, exactly. Get them into some type of programs in the community.
The schools will have to be homeschooled, and we know what's going on with homeschooling right now.
This homeschooling is setting a lot of kids back. It's a lot of kids that's not even logging in. My daughter tells me that even some of her, she's in the 8th grade. She tells me that how many classmates are not logging into class. Kids are failing gym. She's like, Mom,
how do they have gym virtual? What do you have to do, like 10 jumping jacks?
There you go. Exactly. That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
Virtually 10 jumping
jacks. Yeah, right. Yeah. Anything. I'm sure they're probably like, look, if you have a tennis ball, how about you throw it against the wall 10 times?
Go shovel the snow.
Exactly. Right. That's what I'm sure.
That's a good workout. That's what
I love shoveling. I love shoveling. I'm telling you, I'm going to write a poem called Ode to Shoveling one day.
You like shoveling snow?
Oh, my God. I love it. I love it.
Oh, my God.
It's so relaxing.
You should start a shoveling snow business.
Exactly.
You like it.
I don't know about all that.
Just snow blower.
You like shoveling your snow.
Right.
In your little walkway in your area.
I like making my patterns.
You don't shovel your neighbor's snow?
Depends.
Well, thank you, Keisha.
Thank you guys for having me.
No. Thank you for coming and downloading. So as I stated earlier, today's situation of what we're talking about is just about money. This is the top of the year. Mm-hmm. People got that $600 stimulus. People are expecting to get that $1,400 stimulus.
That stimulus is gone, I'm sure, in most households.
Mine's in my savings account.
Oh, that was good. That was a good idea.
If it wasn't for the lockdown, I can't say it would be gone. It wouldn't be gone. I was like, I'm going to do this with my stimulus. I'm going to do that. But I think I'm just going to put it to good use. I think I'm going to get travel, like get out of the space I'm in safely, wear 2 masks when I travel, sanitize everywhere, take a shower, do everything you got to do as soon as you get to the hotel. Because I think I want to use it to good use. I want to invest my $1,400.
Ooh, good idea.
Yeah, I want to invest part of it. Okay. Either like on Acorns, I want to download that so it takes money out of my account. Does that stuff make sense to you to do those type of apps?
Some of them do. You want to make sure you know what you're doing, because I know I downloaded one and I didn't really manage it very well, and next thing I know, like my $300 was gone and I didn't have anything to show for it. So you just want to be
real.
Where does it go?
To fees, to losing, because you're not dispersing it.
Oh, I see.
You're not watching over it like you're supposed to. So.
So you wouldn't suggest doing those?
I would suggest just talking to somebody that knows what they're doing when it comes to investing in stock. Yes.
So what do you think is the issue with our black people in banking, going into banks, having a bank account? Because the credit unions is always packed.
Right.
What is the difference between a credit union and a bank? Because I don't think people know.
So you have the bank that is federally backed. So they have those government regulations behind it where they can do this or do that. And so the credit unions are less regulated, so they are able to make decisions that might be deemed as discriminatory if it's a banking financial institution. So there's like charter situation that would make the difference in that. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to banking, it's a lot harder to get credit. Sometimes it can be harder to get the banking account because of the qualifications, versus a credit union. They're more lax. They can make the decisions based on individual situations, versus a bank has to kind of be straight across the board. So there's no, like I said, discriminatory type of situations going on.
So I've been with my bank for since I was 18. I've been at TCF. And everybody be like, you still at TCF? I'm like, they never did me wrong. But since you said that, so maybe I should switch to a credit union. It would be better for me to go to a credit union, because a lot of my friends who got like money and stuff, they all got money in the credit union. I'm like, so is that like what rich people do, have their money in the credit union? I don't get it.
Not necessarily. It's all about how your relationship is going. If you feel like your bank is meeting your needs, if you feel like when you need that credit card or you need that auto loan, you can go in there and apply and you get what you need. You're not getting your account, your money eating up with fees. They offer direct deposit. They offer the convenience of technology where you can log in 24 hours a day and see your account. If you feel your needs are being met, then stay where you are, because that's the key, that convenience for you. What's important to you in a banking relationship.
Mm-hmm. And I think I got 2 cars with that bank, and I never went through that bank for a car loan. So we should go through our banks for car loans.
You should always try to get approved first.
I should know this shit.
Try to get approved first. That's the thing. go to your bank, try and get that approval letter. So when you walk into that dealership, they're not running your credit all across the world, trying to get you approved because you're already walking in with your letter of approval. And so that's just that one credit, mark versus them trying to run everywhere to any company that they, have under their portfolio to try to get you approved.
Mm. And a lot of young people, I feel like they have a different experience with finance these days than what we had when we were 16 and 17. I see 17-year-olds who are, or 18-year-olds who are taking out car loans, or we can even talk about people who are getting apartments at the age of 18 right away, or real estate in some capacity when they're young, very young. And not that it didn't happen 20, 30 years ago, but are there some other things that we see there is different from what the younger generations have to understand these days?
You know what? When it comes to those type of responsibilities, I think the internet has opened up so many opportunities and given so many people knowledge and ways to, understand what options they have. I think that's why they are a lot more educated, and they go into the banks themselves, or they might go into the situation knowing a little bit more than what we would have known, because a lot of times our parents didn't teach us that, but now we got the internet to teach us a lot of things that we did not know of. So I think, but as I'm in the bank and I'm working with people, I see the lack of knowledge when it comes to, banking, and they get in there and they just so looking for ways to kind of like get over. It's unfortunate, they're looking for ways to get over, so they end up messing themselves up, where they end up messing up their banking relationship because they're depositing a bad check, or this Cash App scheme that everybody thinks just because you give somebody your Cash App number, they're going to put money into your account, so then you're opening yourself up to fraud. I think it's
what's the Cash App scheme? Because people have been my cousin got some money taken off her Cash App, and I was like, why didn't you cash it out? She was like, they got it before it even came to my Cash App account.
Whoa.
I was like, how did they do that? And I'm never sharing my Cash App on social media ever again, because I don't want my money to get taken.
I didn't know that was happening.
It's weird because these people pray, like if you have a Cash App and they can go in, they can somehow log into your Cash App, and they can change your account information, where they take the money. First they transfer the money out of your account to their account, and then they change your login information, your account information, to the point where now you're stuck and you have no access to your account.
Oh,
like they transfer it out. Like I see it all the time in the bank, and it's crazy. And that's like a thing where the bank does not take responsibility for that, because you've given your account information, and in those types of situations, and 9 times out of 10 you don't get reimbursed for that.
So you have to have some level of tech savvy to be able to scam people then.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
So stop giving your Cash App number. Anytime they on there talk about, we're giving away $100.
Oh, I never give nobody.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about, the
yeah, I'm just saying, like, in general, people be doing that. I thought about it before, and I was like, oh, they just throwing their money away. Let me get my Cash App.
Wait, where are they advertising this at?
You don't have social media.
Okay.
You don't do anything.
It's all over social media.
They don't do it on Gmail. Do you have the Clubhouse? Are you in the Clubhouse though?
Like Mickey Mouse Clubhouse?
No, they have
this
new social gathering thing called the Clubhouse.
What do you do on there?
I think it's just like for professionals. It started off for professionals. Tone, what is the Clubhouse? I'm sure you know.
Summed up in a nutshell,
yes.
A room full of conference calls.
That's facts.
Wait, calls? Like, what do you mean? Like audio?
Literally, it's all audio.
Okay, so it's all audio?
Yeah.
So you're never on, like, the video?
Just your picture.
Wow, who are you talking to?
It could be anybody that be in there.
So they just call your phone randomly?
No. So what it is an application where you would log into, and you choose a room that you will want to go into. You go in that room based on the title or topic of the conversation. And then they'll have discussions in there. You can participate. You can just listen.
That's interesting.
It's hosted by a bunch of, it's basically like the precursor to podcasting.
Oh, okay. So you're talking to people about issues or things.
It can't be shared. You have to be in the room in that moment to participate.
Oh.
This is going to turn into the new back pages.
The new OnlyFans. I'm telling you. They're going to use the Clubhouse.
They drop bombs.
Sometimes
you're right.
They drop bombs like in the conversations you have?
They drop knowledge. It depends. I'm always in there where they talking about like SBA. They talking about business.
So you get text messages?
No, you're literally
listening
to a conversation. Like here, you know, like just people full of in a room or in, like he said, in like a conference call kind of setting. But you just see their picture, but it's host, like they're on stage. That's how they kind of reference it. Like the hosts are on stage, then you have your audience, and the people that's in the audience are listening to the host. And the hosts are different people they put together in the group that are very knowledgeable in their field of whatever conversation they're talking about.
Also, like Oprah can have like a clubhouse, and she can invite people into her clubhouse.
Exactly.
And you have to pay for it, or
nope,
it's free?
It's free.
Oh, okay.
You have to have an iPhone, though.
Yeah, you have to have an iPhone.
Oh, so it's like when you have to have a BlackBerry. Thank God I have an iPhone.
Oh, don't even. I had a BlackBerry for way too long.
We talked about your love for BlackBerry. You're not the only one, though.
I know. I loved it. I missed it.
My other friend Tammy, I think she still has a BlackBerry.
I loved it. I wish they still. I don't even know how to get into my old BlackBerry. Terrible.
You still have it?
Yeah.
I remember getting my BlackBerry.
I can't get into it though. It's locked.
I never had a BlackBerry.
And you can't just go to Apple and say, "Hey, can you help me get into this?" Like it's just no.
Remember that bar that was the road?
I had them all. I had the censored one.
They bringing a sidekick back. Would you leave your iPhone for a sidekick?
No.
I wouldn't. But I used to always want that. Click over and have it like a video game. I used to always want that.
Those little keys. I can't do the little keys.
Yeah, it's so small now. And I got fat fingers. I can't do all that shit.
Wow, there are all these. I didn't know there were so many different like communities to trade. Yeah, that's interesting. I mean,
I think you guys will be good on there. I think you guys will have fun.
On Clubhouse?
How do you get on Clubhouse?
You got to get an invite.
So we have to get invited.
You have to get invited. You only get one invite. I don't know. How do you get additional invites?
Some will just come over time.
I only had one, and I wasted it on an Android user, so she couldn't even get in.
Oh, so now you can't. So you have to get invited for somebody else?
Yes, now I don't have any more.
Oh.
I have 5. I just sent them all out, and I just got 3 more when I logged it in.
Oh. Can I sign up on my phone?
Yep, download the app.
And then I can invite people to my Clubhouse?
Yeah.
And then now you can use and once I invite people to mine, they can join any other one that's going on?
You got to get somebody to invite you first, though.
Oh, my God.
Now, let me tell you guys this. I didn't know whoever invites you, like, if they get kicked out, you get kicked out or vice versa. So, if you invite somebody, you got to make sure that they're not somebody that's rowdy and going in and getting kicked out.
I don't think I want Clubhouse. I have enough stuff going on with Facebook. You said who? Everybody? Yeah. Me? Everybody? Oh, my God. Yeah, I got invited to Clubhouse. Yes, you should have sent to the group one. We got
Lord, I'm scared of this club.
You have to send individuals.
Don't waste your invite on me because
she ain't gonna be in it. Don't waste.
It's too late. It's already sent. I can't get it.
Oh, okay. Now I got to do it, huh? I'm scared.
I'm gonna join one. I'm not gonna press it yet. How long do I got before it expires, Keisha?
It's good. You're good. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm in Clubhouse, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all where to follow me on Clubhouse then a little later on. A little next episode.
Watch for the glow up, y'all.
But it's cool because some of the podcasts on the network, they'll do a pre-show on Clubhouse. So whatever their topic is, they'll create a room in Clubhouse. That way, random people could come in and they'll discuss the conversation.
And people want to come over to the bigger podcast. Yeah,
they have like a complete conversation.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me break down my problem with this is going to be when I get off work. See, at work I don't have to talk to nobody. When I get through my work, I like to watch my TV. I don't even like people to call me, interrupt me. If I'm streaming a series and be like, okay, let me pause it. What you got to talk to me about? I'm watching some Kung Fu stuff. What is going on?
See, I think you're more of a visual than an auditory person.
I like auditory, but just come over. Can you come over?
Yeah.
Well, what's your interest? Like, what do you like hearing about? What do you like learning? Because
I like hearing about. I'm different. So
you like learning about business? Do you like learning about money?
I want somebody to tell me how to make $1 million real quick.
They do that all day long.
But I want like some.
Right,
I don't want to
sure.
like have to pay. I don't want to know that like stupid. You always hear like those real estate people that come and they do those talks. Like you're going to get some really some investing real estate information. Now you're going to learn. You're going to walk away from here with some knowledge. And I come in here broke, and I'm like, well, what about the broke people? Are y'all giving me something away for free?
And that's the thing. They give you stuff that you would have to normally pay for. You get in the right room, you're going to get some jewels. Like somebody that works for like the SBA, and they're going to tell you all you need to do is to get those loans to prove that you didn't know, the insiders. Yeah, so it's like...
I want to be like in the one where I can get as much back in taxes, or how I can
they have that
for student loans.
Yes.
Student loan forgiveness.
Yes.
So that's my
Get
interest.
in the right room.
Student loan forgiveness. Because I think student loans... What I really want to talk to you about, and I think I talked to you about this too, is like home ownership. I think home ownership for people, to me, is one of the detriments to people. Yeah. I think people get the notion like, oh, I'm going to own a home. That means I got something. To me, that's like you broke and you stuck there for 35 years, 40 years, because this might going to take you a long time. And if you have to get a second mortgage, that means you stuck for like 60 years up in this state. And then you got to pay this state that you don't even agree with their laws and rules and regulations and stuff. You got to pay their taxes and stuff all this time. So even when your house is paid off, you still got to pay taxes and insurance. People don't know those things. They're like, well, it's cheaper to pay for it's cheaper to have a house than an apartment. But when you think about it, no. Because in my apartment, if my hot water heater get broken, guess what? I can call my landlord and say, you got to fix this by law within 24 hours. I need my hot water. But when you got to do it, that hot water heater probably going to cost you about $600 to $1,000 to replace. And you own that home.
So I think he's trying to ask you, is it worth, is home ownership worth the trouble?
Is it like one of the like... You know how people think because they own a home that they're owned? Is that one of the things that we should try to like be one of our goals? Is that a goal that people should be trying to attain?
I believe so. I mean, it's everybody's individual preference based on what their situation is and what their future, what they want to do with their future. But I believe it's a goal that we should strive for because it's a piece of inheritance that you can, pass down.
What if you don't have kids?
You can pass it down to your nieces and your nephews. It's leverage, in a lot of ways it can be leverage. You gotta shop around, get the right deal. Sometimes when it's a buyer's market, you have people. Sometimes when it's a seller's market, you have people that are buying at higher than what they would normally buy because it's not because the need for the market is like there's more homes, there's more people that want to buy versus homes available for sale. So then you have people buying 10 times higher than what they normally would. So then they're getting in a situation where probably a year down the line, 2 years down the line, that value of that home goes down. So then the house is no longer worth what it might have been valued at a few years ago. So now they're kind of like their equity is going down versus going up. So then they might find themselves in a financial situation when they get ready to sell because now they can't sell it at what they want to sell it at and get what they want to get out of it. Or they're paying, more than what they feel like it's worth at the time, which is what a lot of people have gone through. But I know that when you shop around and you make the right decisions, it can definitely be a valuable asset to you as a homeowner.
I think I'm scorned because I worked for a mortgage company for 11 years. I think I'm scorned. Like
you have a bias.
I want to buy a house because I've been through every aspect from beginning to escrow. From every aspect of it, I've heard every story, Tom. You can attest, like everything. Like when I get on, I want to buy an apartment building, so then I can rent those out, and then those pay for themselves. If the hot water heater breaks, then apartment number 3 is going to pay for that hot water heater, so I don't have to worry about those things. But I think my only issue with that would be it's like 20-year-olds buying a house in Wisconsin, knowing you don't want to stay in Wisconsin for your whole life. Your goal is to, because all black people, they want to move to Atlanta. So your goal is to move to Atlanta. So now you're stuck in Wisconsin till you're 50 owning this property, or you can sell it, take a loss, because 9 times out of 10, if you sell your house before your 35 years, unless the market is up, you're going to take a loss.
Well, I've seen an evolution in, the housing market, and I'm curious to know whether or not you think it's a buyer or a seller's market right now. But I just remember, being fresh out of college and, seeing people in my family and renting from people who were just, they were in the community and they lived sometimes in the properties that they were renting, or they lived in the area, or they lived at least in the city. And then fast forward years later, you see this emergence of
renters.
like a collaborative of people who. So they're like a company that manages properties. Like
Jamila.
yeah, like they buy a bunch of properties and then they.
That's a smart person.
Yeah, they do. So, but it changes the dynamic. Absolutely. Because
of the community. You think?
I think so. I think it changed. I mean,
like Beretta.
Yeah,
if they don't have the ethical, if they're not, caring about the community, caring about the people in which that are living in that community, that can definitely be something that's negative. But I think back in the day, of course, owning your home was a form of community, a form of building a community.
Right.
So it's like our grandparents, they owned their home, and then next thing you know, they own their home, but then all these renters start moving in because they start putting apartments in. So then they're kind of like have to be pushed out of their neighborhoods because it's no longer safe for them. So I think that's another way to empower our communities, is really to get people in home ownership, because renters a lot of times, they don't care. Like the garbage sitting out all over the sidewalk and stuff like that. They don't care. So I think the city is not doing a service to itself by having all these homes boarded up and, not having people in them. They need to find some type of program, some way to get these single moms, to get, people in these homes that can, afford whatever they can afford to pay, get them in these homes to give them a sense of pride and give them a sense of opportunity. There are so many grants out there that, you can walk away from the table without even paying any closing costs, any down payment because of your income. It's just a matter of, do these people really want it?
What do you Google to look for those? Because I think a lot of people don't know that. Like elementary, no preschooler for these listeners. Even for me, like, what do you Google? Grants for home ownership?
In particular, ACTS is an organization in Wisconsin. So Google housing resources. How do I buy a home, or what resources are out there for me in Milwaukee or in Wisconsin? Housing resources has all different types of different resources for you to be able to get into your home. You got to do the work. You got to be willing to go to the classes. You got to be willing to get your credit straight. You got to be willing to do the work. But ACTS is another program. Go through that program. They giving money to people because they want them to. They want to empower people, but people don't want to do the work, and that's the unfortunate part about it.
We're lazy.
Yeah, they don't want to do the work.
It's overwhelming too. I mean, I know I think it might have been the Obama administration that tried to streamline some of the paperwork around loans and
make it simpler.
Yeah, because I think it was just
and by the day that lazy,
overwhelming.
I was speaking about myself.
Yeah.
I'm lazy.
I know. Well,
easy.
It's overwhelming
it's never
too.
Easy with home, buying a home.
Yeah, it's overwhelming. So. Very informative.
My grand scheme of it was so different. Like, why I'm so lazy. Like, if I were a different complexion, if I were a Caucasian person, I don't think I would have the same issues that I have now, because my parents owned their home. When my mom died, that house went to me and my siblings. Fortunately, I gave it to my older sibling who passed away, and after that, it was so much. After that, I was just like, I gotta let this go. And like, I kind of regretted it now, but then I'm thinking like, I don't know what I could do if my hot water heater went out and I had to pay that $1,000. Like, child.
Well, you making those sacrifices throughout the year because you own your home.
And you get to escrow back and you put that money into savings and stuff.
Sometimes you do. It all depends.
It all depends on if the tax and insurance went up. What happened?
That's the problem, though. These taxes we got to pay.
What happened on the block? They fixed the streets. So my taxes going up. Oh yeah. You pay for potholes, people.
Yeah.
Remember that wheel tax we had here?
I do.
Y'all remember that wheel tax?
I think we still have it. We still have it.
Yeah, we have it. We only pay it for registration. We don't pay
right?
it every check. They were taking out our checks.
Oh, I don't remember that.
The wheel tax additional.
Well, I remember the tax. Do you remember the stadium tax?
No.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So
I probably do, but I probably was like, oh.
Yeah, we paid it way too long.
I probably was working at Wells Fargo, and that was like free money. I was living at home.
Yeah.
Idiot.
Pay attention to your taxes, I guess, is the moral of the story.
Shauna, what's your questions for Keisha? Because I'm just gonna.
Oh, we're getting into menu questions.
No, do you want to do the menu questions, man?
I think it would be good because some of them. Yeah, okay. Right.
Go forth with the menu questions. Hold on.
I got maced.
Just to lighten the ice.
I'm not gonna mace you. I promise.
What's our menu questions?
My menu questions are really light. They're not heavy. So
okay, so we're gonna start you off light. Keisha,
okay,
you ready?
Yes.
We lightened you up.
I read this this website. It's called Refinery 29. I don't know if you ever heard of this, but they have this thing called Money Diaries. So what they do is they have someone write a week in their life of everything they spend. So they're talking about groceries, bills that they pay, what they pay a month.
Have to be so honest on there.
You do, right?
Would be like, you should not be spending money on that.
So it's funny too because when I read
all the legal stuff you put on there.
So people write about everything. They write because they're all across the country. So they're like, I went to the dispensary today.
Not that I do meth. Meth shaming, but I'm meth shaming, but I wouldn't write meth down like
no.
I gave my meth down.
Well, people write a lot of things. It's interesting. It's good because you see what people spend and then you see what people make. It's interesting. So some of the things they asked before, I wanted to choose one of these questions. Let's see, that they ask all of these diarists. So I want to know. One of the questions they ask is, what kind of conversations did you have about money when you were growing up?
That's a really good question.
With your young looking mama.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Listen, you know what? Poor conversations. Mm-hmm. We don't have the money for this. We don't have the money for that. You know, if mama had it, if daddy had it, I would do this or I would do that. So we didn't really have those type of conversations about this is what you can do to, manage your money. Like, definitely didn't have those type of conversations. We just had those, if mama had it, she'd do this, or my dad would just like do something and knowing that was his last.
Mm-hmm. So you just said something really interesting. You were raised in a 2-parent household?
No.
Oh, okay.
But I had both of my parents in my life.
In your life,
yeah.
Okay. Because a lot of people don't have that. That's a good question to ask.
Mm-hmm. Well, what do people? I mean, what do you think parents should be talking to their kids about?
That's a good question.
What did you talk to your daughters about?
So, even before I was allowing my kids to work, I would talk to them about the importance of saving. So, allowances, want to make money, so it starts at home when they want to be able to earn some money.
So you save for them, Jordan.
Yes, you put those chores out there, and you make sure that you're paying them a little bit every week or every 2 weeks. So I talk to them about that and how they could earn money. Their grandparents, they would always give them money, but I always would encourage their grandparents to make them do something. Let them help you clean the house. So I always tell them it's important to work to earn your money, because at the end of the day, it's not always going to be given to you. So I had those questions with them very early. Conversations with them very early on. But
are they good savers now?
One of them is.
So it worked a little bit.
It worked. One of them is a good saver. But the other one is like, she likes the fancy life. She likes the nice things, but she works for it.
She works like Jordan so much.
She works hard for her stuff. But
it's
instead
a part
of having
of culture.
400 in her savings account, she's gonna have 200.
It makes sense. Should we invest in Jordans? I think all the black people who wear, if you get every pair of Jordans, I think that when you get your stimulus, you should invest some of that money into some stock into Jordan. That makes sense. I told somebody this the other day. Shawnee, your answer to that question though.
What kind of conversations did I have?
With your kids?
Oh, well, I was raised by a single parent. So my mother was single, but my dad was not absent or anything. He lived in St. Louis. And he's a lot different with money. There was just constant worry about money growing up. And I don't even think my mom said it. I don't think she would actually articulate the struggle. I just saw it, you know what I mean? Because I was observant. So we moved a lot, and we never eviction or anything like that, but just moved a lot. So
was that traumatic for you to move a lot, or was it like, did it mean something like, I can never be like?
Well, it wasn't. Okay, so it's only traumatic because when you start to get into a situation where you go to school in a community where families are more nuclear, so then it looks different. So then they're
from Brown Deer, and now you gotta
so their households look a lot different. Yeah,
because Brown Deer is tech.
Their households are different. I mean, so my mom sometimes worked 2 and 3 jobs, and then but sometimes they had mothers who never worked. So just that contrast is just shocking. Like, okay, why is she never home? And then it kind of socializes you to value things differently because, you know, what is a woman's worth in the home? You know, and then what kind of choices do you have to make if you don't have the sort of social or the financial backing to just invest in your children in a different way, you know, because you always have to spend so much time outside of the home so that you can pay the bills, you know.
I just shout out to my mother because she was a superhero, because I like to tell you a lot, and I even think I told you before, like I was sheltered as a kid. Like to not have was like an issue for me. Like when I couldn't have what I wanted, like I didn't grow up like getting all the Jordans or anything like that because that wasn't what was important to me, but like new shoes, oh, no problem. When we went to the store, I knew I was getting something. Like, not to toot my own horn, but I knew I was getting something because my mom was going to buy it. But, to, you know, like now I know, like, she had to really work for it. And just think, like, the household that she had to keep. Right. Like, that was bills, because I got bills now. I'd be like, damn, I just got paid.
Well, and I think what you said about the Jordans, I think sometimes that's an overcompensation. I think
I could have got Jordans if I asked for it, but at those times it was like, do you want some Guess or you want some used or
but you know, do you think your mom was wearing any kind of designer, anything when she was growing up?
I didn't grow up like with designer things being important to me, but I didn't grow up not knowing that. I didn't grow up wanting for anything.
Right. So because she decided somewhere along the way that she was going to make your life better than hers.
Yeah.
And so even though that was
But you know what? I think I was sheltered, and that blocked me from a lot of stuff because my mother used to tell me about a lot of stuff, or you're going to see about this when you get older, but I will always get it. Like, I remember, like, for instance, when we went to, when I went to Winona State University, when I first went to college, my mother took the loan out for me, and she was like, well, you don't have to worry about this because I'm going to pay for this. So I was like, oh, okay. My mother passes away, and here's this loan still here, and I'm like, oh, she was making these payments? I didn't know nothing about this. I didn't know nothing about having to pay car insurance. I didn't know nothing about having to pay for a car. I didn't know anything about that because I was given those things. I wasn't given a Lexus, no, but I was given a nice car.
Well, she even instilled in you the value of having car insurance.
When I turned 18,
having
my mother took me to TCF Bank when it was at Capitol Court and opened up my checking account and said, this is your account. When I was 14, my mother gave me my first job. I was a teacher's assistant. I made $14 an hour. And that was back when I was 14. That was like 94. That was a lot of money in 94, okay?
Yeah.
I was making $14 an hour.
Yeah.
Them kids. Flirting with them kids.
Yeah.
I was a kid too. They was my age. They weren't younger than me. They was my age. You know, so I didn't know the importance of like money until, like I tell you all the time, I'm 15, going on 15 years old now because I didn't know the importance of money until my mom passed away. I didn't know having a savings was important. Mind you, in college, I had every credit card given to me.
Yeah, they do that.
I got the credit cards with the money advances. I can remember, y'all remember that time machine that used to be up here at Capitol Court? It used to be a time machine right there.
T-Y-M-E?
Yes, the T-Y-M-E. That's why I call it time machine, because I used to go there all the time. I had a $1,200 limit cash limit at 17 years old in college. That made no sense.
Yeah, right.
I knew no importance of money. None. It did not matter to me until I was older. I'm so far behind.
Yeah, social media makes things different, though. Right. So it does.
Yeah, because we didn't have social media then.
And now kids can be, I mean, did you know of a 20-year-old millionaire or an 18-year-old millionaire when you were?
All we knew of was Doogie
in
Howser.
High school.
We attest to be like, oh, he's a doctor, he's 12, we gonna be Doogie Howser.
Oh man, he didn't, and then he still lived with his parents, didn't he?
Yeah, he was still a kid, but he was just a doctor.
Oh no, we had Richie Rich.
Oh yeah, the cartoon. Richie.
Yeah, or what's the dude from Silver Spoons?
Silver Spoons.
Remember Silver Spoons? I'm really aging myself. Okay,
we're gonna go on for girl. We got time to go.
Okay.
My regular question for you, Lekisha. If you win $1 million, what's the first thing you're going to buy?
Going to buy?
Simple, easy, regular question.
I would buy
Or do?
Can I say do?
Yeah,
because
buy or
it's
do.
like nothing that I want to buy, more so that I want to pay.
Okay. What would
Pay
you-
off my house,
Okay.
definitely. Pay off, some bills that I have. My daughter's student loans, definitely pay that stuff off. Wouldn't be looking to buy anything.
Do you
Probably
think your
my
daughter would
dream
stay
car.
in school if you were in $1 million? If you were a millionaire?
I would make her, like, I literally have to make her stay in
You
school
would-
every day
you would-
already.
Okay, if you became a millionaire, you would literally have to make her stay in school.
Absolutely.
Do you even buy lottery tickets?
I don't, but my dad does. So
My
if my
boyfriend
dad
bought one
wins,
today.
I win.
Yeah,
so
it's,
I'm betting on that man.
it's up to like, what is it up to now?
I don't know, but that shit is annoying if I'm standing behind you at the gas station trying to get something
And you
was
trying to-
buying all them fucking lottery tickets.
I don't get it. I don't even
Go
get it.
early. Move the fuck around. That shit is annoying. Oh my God.
So when you get the pages, do you just like is it a Scantron where you just like fill in
You
the
can
number?
either get it all together, individual tickets, or you can get them separate. And some people buy like 10 separate.
And you can choose your own numbers
And
too,
yeah,
right?
you can choose your numbers, or you can have the system randomly choose your numbers. So some people pick and choose and multiply shit. I'm like, you are sitting here smelling like roaches. Why are you buying all this?
Leave them people alone.
Leave people alone. So, Shauna,
Okay.
you build $1 million. What's the first thing you're gonna do?
Million?
Million.
Same. I mean, I'm paying off any debts. I'm going to give some money away. I'd love to give money away. Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking that because of that, it was almost up to $1 billion. If you win $1 billion in the lottery, you can give at
If I win
least
$1 billion, of course I'm giving.
you can
some
give
away.
at least 20 people $1 million. I would give at least 20 people $1 million.
Those 20 people will be people in my family that are cool. Probably like my aunt. My auntie would get $1 million. I would give her something to satisfy because she's a little older. She probably like, I don't want this $1 million. I don't want to do with this.
Yeah.
So I would give it to like my cousin, like my sister.
Yeah. I mean, how much money do you really need?
Right.
I mean,
That's
you
the
know.
thing, exactly.
I could give you a number. Give me 80 million and I'll be straight.
$80 million. $80 million.
I'll be straight. Because then I wouldn't have to work. I could travel when I want to. I could buy everything I want to. I could invest. That 80, I could invest half. I could invest $1 million of that 80 million.
I don't need 80 million. How much? Do you need 80 million?
I don't need 80 million.
Me either. I don't need.
I barely need $1 million.
I know, me either.
I'm not going to limit how much you're going to give me, Heavenly Father. I need 80 million. I'm opening up. I'm saying, give me 80 million, Lord. Yes. They said they don't need it. God, give me they blessing. I want it all.
I mean, what do you
Not
do?
selfishly.
Seriously, what?
What do you do?
I just think
I buy property. I buy land. I buy my land back from the Choctaw Indians owned some land. I'm going to buy some land back from the people that have stolen it from us. I'm going to house people. I'm going to close Tent City. I'm going to give those homeless people shelter. I'm going to give them education. I'm going to give I'm going to use my money wisely, and I'm going to let it be known, because I know like rich people like Beyonce and them, they do like a lot of stuff, but they don't let people be known. You know, she sent like 20 people to college last year. People don't even
I
know
could
about
deal
that.
with $500,000 a year for the rest of my life, or less.
They said that, Lord, not I. Not I say Jesus. No.
That's because something has
As
told
much
you
as
that
you
you
gonna give
need
me.
all of
And
the.
they got kids, Jesus. I ain't got none, so they only said they want less
I would
than
be.
$1 million.
I would be perfectly
I want
happy.
more, Lord. Give me more.
No,
Shauna, what's your medium
Okay,
question?
I would be perfectly happy. Okay, so let's see. Okay, maybe I should. Okay, I'm going to switch the order a little bit since we're talking
I
about
know,
this.
'cause I want to get juicy with you.
Okay, I mean, okay, so
Go ahead.
okay, I was thinking about alternative economies.
Cryptocurrency.
Yeah, that kind of stuff,
And
and
her master's degree question.
and you know, like so economic structures outside of a traditional economy. I'm trying to think of an example. You said cryptocurrency. I don't know if you would consider investing a alternative economy. Recently, I don't know if have y'all heard of this thing called SuSu? Have you heard of that before? Okay,
Yeah.
so that's considered an
Enlighten me, because I have not.
Okay, so I'll try to explain what it is. Maybe you got something different, but it's supposed to be where you want to buy something and then you get 5 people. Isn't that good? You get 5 people together and
She
you
paid $8 for a candy bar, y'all. I'm just saying.
You know, Sean got a master's degree. Child, this candy bottle was sat on that shelf. It's about 2080. Fucking with me.
That's Wauwatosa.
You distracted me. It is, yeah.
She probably got this in Mequon or something.
No, it's Tosa.
Wauwatosa.
It's Tosa Village.
Look, you knew it. That's Wauwatosa. Look, you see they bougie. Bougie.
Only bougie about my
Vegan soy
Starbucks
and glitch.
and my food.
I'm so bougie about coffee. It's ridiculous. Okay, so I was saying something about SuSu. Okay, so it's supposed to be where if you want to save money, you get 5 people to say, like, you develop a savings club, and then you all agree to put like $100 a month in.
Get this chocolate out.
And then I know, and one person, he got a little Christmas bag over there too. Like I brought these little stale candy canes from my tree, so we all using up the Christmas sugar.
Candy canes,
I got plenty.
Okay, so what's this question?
Okay, so I'm saying, and if you want to think about like drugs or anything else, an alternative economy or online, not back page. Ooh, not back page. Lord.
What you trying to say, Sean?
OnlyFans, I guess. I don't know. I mean,
I know.
And all of these places still participate in capitalism, but I'm wondering if you have ever been involved in one, and if you see the value in alternative economies,
You've been involved in Backpage.
even if they're illegal.
Only thing I can say,
That good.
I wouldn't even know how to do that, honestly.
I don't either.
I would say multi-level marketing. I mean, that's one of the ways that I've earned money in the past before. And some people think it as a Ponzi scheme. I didn't have to bring people in.
Or like, we are here, that kind of Ponzi scheme. Is that how you did that multi-level marketing? What's the other one? Remember that put $20 in and you would cash out $500? Did you do that?
That's a SuSu. That's the one that they're doing. It's like the flower thing where it looks like a flower.
No. Somebody else put that $20 in for me. Trust me, we ain't never get it back.
We never got it back.
You know what? My African hair braider, she said that's all they do in their community.
Mm-hmm.
Like they do the Nigeria, and they said they just like they do it and it works out so well for them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I guess it depends on who you're doing it with, because once it's your turn and it's time for them to put it in,
right?
You know,
yeah, you got to trust the people that are putting the money
How
in,
did you
right?
make the money from it.
Yeah, it's different from Ponzi scheme. The SuSu is supposed to be, but I think when it got Americanized, it got turned into something else.
Absolutely.
Well, y'all know it's my turn for my medium question.
Here we go.
I'm gonna try to be good because let me see. This will be my medium question.
What would you do
my hot
for $1
question.
million?
Oh, that was before they said they would stay with they wouldn't cheat on their husband. They would stay with them. They wouldn't do nothing. They was goodies on that episode. Okay. Okay. Would you marry somebody who could give you the best sex ever, or who could give you financial stability for the rest of your life? That could provide the best sex ever, or financial stability and a 3-inch penis.
Wait, you had to throw the 3-inch around.
3-inch penis.
Oh my God, that's hard. Like,
but they love the shit out of you. They don't cheat on you. They respect you. They do.
What that mouth do?
They gobble you good.
I think I'm gonna go with that financial stability
rather than love.
Listen,
I'm glad I had a
you
mouthful
said
of
love.
chocolate.
First you said sex.
What's sex? Good sex. They give you the best sex. You have the best orgasm you have ever had.
But that's not love, though. I'm gonna go with that financial.
Okay, financial. Sean, are you getting sex or financial stability?
Because they got some toys out here that can do some things.
Okay, I am not.
You can't cheat on your spouse now. You got to stay with that 3 inches or
a toy is
you
not cheating,
like.
though.
Whatever you like, you got to stay with.
Let me just say this. So I'm gonna go for the financial. Okay, because this is the thing. Okay, because I hope he ain't listening. People in my life. I'm saying people. I'm using.
Say this because he might be listening.
He ain't listening.
Child, he may got detectives.
It's Sunday. But I have had. Oh man, I shouldn't be saying this. Damn. I appreciate.
Corporate sponsors.
I'm glad this is just a question.
I appreciate corporate sponsors.
Yes.
No strings attached. Okay, I love it. Thank you. That's all I gotta say about that.
More so than good sex.
I appreciate corporate sponsors.
Shauna, your time for the hot question. Go on
Okay.
ahead, girl.
I guess I switched the order of this up a little bit, but let's see. So I'm going. Okay, I'm going off the subject a little bit here, but do you think that there is a person, a black figure, who is either hated or loved, more I know I'm want some more chocolate too. More influential than Dr. King, or just as influential, or no? You could say no too.
Michelle Obama, they hate her.
But they gonna be no Michelle Obama Avenues, though. You don't think? You think they're gonna name a street after Michelle in Chicago? Is there a street named after her in Chicago? In Illinois?
This black girl magic is
I
blowing
love
up.
Michelle. Hey, no, don't look. Michelle could be queen to me. She's Elizabeth.
Well, just imagine what how they about to hate Kamala. Yeah.
Honey.
So that's
And she's Asian at that, South Asian, Indian, same thing. A lot of black people was like, she not Asian.
I was
She's
feeling
South
that.
Asian.
I was feeling like she's not black, but is she black?
She's black and South. She's black and Indian.
Okay.
Like Indian. I don't want to say right, not Native American, but from South Asia Indian.
But where's the black coming in at?
I think her dad was black and her mom was South Asian.
Yeah.
So if your dad is black, you're black.
Okay.
Basically.
Is that still the rule?
If your daddy's dick was black and he put it into your mama's whatever color vagina and he dropped some semen in there,
I feel like if your mama black and
whatever
your daddy is white, you still black too.
You are whatever your daddy is, because your daddy planted you, so you are whatever your daddy is.
If one of your grandparents is black, you black.
Why do you think women still can grow hair? Because the masculine gene is stronger. That's why women grow mustaches and all that. Wolf pussies. Sean, it's my time for my. Did you ask that question? No, I asked that question. Right?
Yeah, didn't I ask about the black figure more? We said Obama, right, Michelle?
To me,
do you have?
I would say who's more influential? I think Beyonce. And I'm not saying that because I'm gay, because I don't really like Beyonce like that. Gay people don't hate me because I love Beyonce, but I'm not like a stan, but not like
So
that.
who was your?
But I think she probably would have a big influence because Beyonce kind of can run the world. I think, I kind of think if Beyonce said, the girls will do it.
Well,
Black, white, Puerto Rican, Asian, they love Beyonce.
I mean, that's she.
You were second that motion, Tom?
Really?
I think they'll have Beyonce Avenue, Beyonce Street, like Beyonce. There will never be another Beyonce.
Absolutely.
I don't know, but Beyonce ain't putting herself on the line for nothing.
Nothing that you know about. But like I said, last year she sent 20 black girls to college free that we didn't even know about.
But how much is that? How much was that? Did that really cost her?
But with the importance of it, but she owns houses and communities and stuff. In New Orleans, she built a whole community. Now that I'm a stan, I should know this stuff because I'm not a stan.
Okay. Well, wait. Let me say my person.
Well, who is yours? I'm sorry.
Okay, so I don't know if there's anybody more influential than Dr. King because they've made a whole holiday for him. We get a chance to get off of work or whatever. But I would say, I know. I was gonna say this is a hot take. Maybe. Well, it's not that hot, but I really think the Honorable Minister Farrakhan. Woo!
So.
I mean, I'm just saying that the impact, right? The impact. Listen, the impact. That man can't even get on. They haven't even let him be on Twitter, on Facebook, on nothing. He got banned before Trump they thought to put Trump on a ban. Okay,
I think right now, to not be divisive, I think now is the most important time that we probably need Minister Farrakhan's words or encouragement for whatever is about to occur. That's all I can say.
I know, and I'm not endorsing anybody. I'm just saying that the way he makes people react to his presence is like has been very wow. I mean,
one of the FBI's most watched.
I know, and so this is no endorsement of him. I'm just saying that I think that he's
very powerful.
Yes, that's all.
Very powerful.
That's it.
Very powerful. That was your medium question, right?
That's kind of spicy, wasn't it? That was spicy, I think.
That was spicy?
I don't
Keisha,
know.
Did you answer that question?
I did.
Oh, you
The
said
Michelle Obama.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I
y'all.
said Michelle, Kamala, somewhere.
I don't have a good memory.
I like that you chose a woman, by the way.
You know what? I thought it was about a woman. I just went to Black Girl Magic all of a sudden.
Yay. Y'all deserve all the magic y'all can get. Or deserve. Okay, my medium question is I'm trying to think between do I want to make this okay. Have you ever regretted receiving oral?
Regretting? Receiving?
Yes. Like, I want this to be over with right now. I want him to go home. I want them to go home right now. This was the worst oral ever. I'm getting up and I'm cleaning myself with bleach. Have you ever regretted receiving oral from somebody or saw them out and was like, oh my God, they ate me out or they gave me oral. Let me get away from them before they say hi.
Before they want to try it again.
Before they want to try to give me bad oral again. Keisha, you're our guest.
I actually have to say no. I've never experienced that, so I guess I'm blessed in a way.
Oh, look at you. Okay, Shana. Really?
Oh, wait. Okay. So this is funny. So the first time I ever went camping.
At band camp?
The first time I ever went camping.
Oh, God. Okay.
My sister gonna be listening to this. Okay, so my sister had this best friend who was white, and her best friend's brother went camping with us. Yeah.
Oh my!
So they're white, and so I felt bad about the situation because
It wasn't good oral?
it was fine. I mean, I was young and he was white. I was like, ooh, because it's my first encounter with
Does
a
it
white
matter
person.
what race gives you guys oral?
Well, back in that time,
Have you
I was like,
experienced different races giving oral? I have. You haven't? You only had black oral? Mm-hmm. Oh. You only had black oral?
No, of course not.
I've been black, white, Puerto Rican, Asian.
So what was the best?
I was part of the rainbow.
Black.
I don't like how your face looked when you said that. I don't know if I can believe you.
My man.
Your face, though. So, yeah, that's why. That's why.
So who was the best? Black, white, Puerto Rican, Asian? Who?
That wasn't the question.
That's
I
the
answered the
caveat.
question.
That was the caveat. What's your hot question?
It's not even that hot.
Okay.
It's not that hot. It's back on like money and financial stuff and businesses. But we and thinking about what I was talking about in my download and how we're going probably through a resurgence or coming up on a resurgence in Milwaukee. We have a African American Chamber of Commerce. Did y'all know this in Milwaukee? Mm-hmm. And the leader doesn't live in Milwaukee. He lives in Dallas. Okay.
Oh, wow.
So, and it's only hot because, no disrespect, I'm not trying to shade him. Okay. But do you think that a person can be effective, live to be someone in that position if they don't live in the city?
They have to live in the city.
Well, because of COVID, people can live anywhere right now.
They grew
But
up here.
They have to be here. They have to be in the city. They have to be dealing with the small businesses that they're supposed to be trying to serve and connect with and empower. So that's kind of difficult to manage.
That's who they elected, child.
yeah.
It's a lot of educated people here in Wisconsin.
On the Black Chamber of Commerce.
So
right.
how is it that that's the best they could do?
That's a good question. I mean, maybe I think in Milwaukee we there's some elitism that happens amongst like the African American community too, and who gets to be given a platform. Maybe that demonstrates that issue in Milwaukee.
It's cliquish.
Yeah.
In Wisconsin.
It
Milwaukee.
is. Especially if
It's
you're
very
black and you're a
cliquish.
millionaire. It's very cliquish.
That's the whole city, you
The
said?
whole city is cliquish.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody wants to be better than everybody else.
Well, and you still
You
you,
want to
you
be better than everybody else.
well, no, I think I don't know who chooses, and I don't like to talk like, well, they do this and they, but I really do think there are a certain group of people who are chosen to talk about. They are always the experts or the gurus that people go to.
Hills of Milwaukee.
Is that how it is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's an upper crest or a certain group that sits high and looks down.
Okay.
There are those people.
Yeah, I guess. So
That's very
what do you think?
weird.
Yeah, did you say that you think no? You shouldn't be able
It
to?
should not be, and you should have to live here to be able to be on the chambers, to be the head of the Congress.
Okay.
I'll have to eat this one.
Okay, eat it.
So that was your hot one?
I know.
Okay, so my hot one before my extra
Ain't that hot.
spicy one.
They get real flaming hot up in.
Yeah, this is hot. If you're having great sex with somebody, a guy, and he says, this is the best vagina. This some good vagina. Are you turned off?
Oh, because he
If be
didn't
like,
say pussy.
Yeah, he didn't say pussy. Or this some good coochie. He just like, oh, this is some real good vagina. He used like scientific words. Like, oh, this some good vagina. Do you think you would be turned off, or would you be turned off?
I would think that. Oh, I'm sorry.
Keisha?
I
Oh.
supposed to
Listen,
answer.
as long as it feels good.
You would be like in your head. Like I laugh and talk and do everything during sex. So if you say something crazy, or if your face looking crazy, I'm be like, oh my god, why are you looking like that? I shouldn't do that.
As long as you hitting the spot right.
You be like, oh, this some good vagina.
I'll start laughing though because the vagina.
All three
I know,
syllables.
that's what I'm saying. Like they be like, oh, this some good vagina.
I would think that he's neurologically atypical.
So you'll be turned off.
I would, but I'm used to thinking about how people are different. You know, I wonder why he used that language, and I'd
Did
be
you
like,
ask after a while, like, why would you say vagina doing sex?
I wouldn't ask. I would just understand that he must be neurologically atypical. Like he doesn't talk like every other person.
I asked that question because I wanted to make it vice versa because, like, you know how like there's a difference between like dick, cock, penis.
Oh,
It would be so gross. Someone was like, "Give me some penis." Like that's disgusting to me.
But if they say give me some dick, it's all good.
Yeah, I don't even like cock. Like gross. Like I
Cock
want some
seems
cock.
disrespectful.
yeah, all
I
these
think
little
cock
words.
and cunt are like same kind of like.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it?
It's funny. Like,
I know.
I will purposefully say
Cock, I'll be like, huh? Cock?
Cock. You want this cock? I'm gonna come up and give you a 3-inch cock. What you gonna say? What you gonna be happy because you financially stable with this 3-inch cock?
Right.
Hell yeah.
You
Hell
ready to take
yeah.
this 3-inch cock? And you like,
Hell
damn, I
yeah.
gotta go home and get some 3-inch cock.
Because it's gonna be on a nice mattress.
Exactly. And when he done, I'm going to roll over and open that drawer and be like,
You gonna go to your closet and lube it. Like, oh, all for the 3-inch cock.
Right.
What's your extra spicy shot?
I'm done. I got it. That was it.
Oh, you combined it?
I think so. I didn't come. I told you I was like, I don't know what to say.
Well, mine is this is my extra spicy question. How many times can a man cheat before you're done?
that's a good one right there, boy. I'm going to tell you what my stepmother always said. Never say what you will never do or what you will never accept. Because when love is involved, you get all discombobulated.
There's a caveat to this.
Mm-hmm.
Since you both have been married, do you think you could ever death do you part? Like go back to your exes and really try to like to work it out. You both have kids with your exes. I did this question on purpose because you both have kids with your exes. So to death do us part, and y'all come to a term. Y'all like what, 50 years old together. Y'all say like, let's just do this. I know you, you know me. I know your weaknesses. Let's just work it out. Or do you stay single?
Unfortunately, I don't hate him, so I would have to say I would go with the
going back.
Yes.
Yeah, well, that's what so that's what people have to understand too. I think is if you don't think about the person you have kids with as family,
Right.
then it's gonna be hard. And I don't know if I don't think we're right together because we went in two different directions as we got older. but I still see him as family. Like we're going to go on vacation together this summer with the kids.
Oh.
You know, like we just, you know,
Well, I knew y'all in college, so it's like,
yeah. You know,
oh,
like
I know y'all.
he's
like,
just a good
I
person.
was
If he was a
yeah.
shitty person, then,
Right,
you know,
yeah.
but it's just like, I chose a person
Cool
that I
ass
knew was
dude.
going to be, he was a good, like I enjoyed his company. He's funny. Everybody likes him. Family likes
He
him.
just ain't gonna be your husband.
We just not like there's just not we don't fit together romantically and, you know, in a lot of other ways. So
I would say no to that situation. I wouldn't go back once I divorced you, because once you walk down that aisle, well, whatever, however you got married and y'all made this commitment, once that is over and I'm broken that means I told, and I don't want y'all to feel a certain way, but to me, I would feel like I done told God, hey God, forgive me for my sin. I don't want to repent. I'm never going back there. But I don't have kids. I ain't go through 9 months of labor with multiple kids. They ain't stretched my vaginal insides out for a man. So I can't say that as a man that I would, you know. But for me, I would say I would never give an ex an opportunity to ruin my future, no matter how old I am.
no. You gotta always move forward. Yeah.
It should be.
Yep.
So now we get to the portion of our show where we like to delete.
Okay.
What are we leaving here? Keisha, what are
Yeah.
you leaving here on
Give you-
Download and Delete?
What am I leaving here? In like a release way.
Yeah, what are you leaving?
I'm leaving the fact that I feel so overwhelmingly sad. Again, going back to the families that are suffering right now. So I'm gonna leave that, you know, and put it in God's hands and let Him cover them and let Him protect them.
Look at that.
And I'm just gonna like stop carrying that, you know, that heaviness that they're experiencing, because I know God is gonna keep them better than I ever could. You know,
You're not Superwoman, girl. You can't save them all.
exactly.
Shauna, what are you deleting for us today? Do you want me to go first? Am I deleting?
Well, I just briefly,
Go
when
ahead,
you say
go
that, about the families that are struggling, there was a situation that happened in my area, around where I live, where a 14-year-old girl was killed recently. 13, and
What happened in New Orleans?
it was here in Milwaukee.
No, I'm just the same.
Oh.
Remember, that's how Beyonce. I'm not a Beyonce stan, but anyway,
You sound like it today.
Sound like I'm a fan of that out there.
Yeah.
But what happened?
I mean, there's so many details about, I guess, that are missing from the story, but that she was just shot and killed. She was in a car. Yeah. It was early in the morning. I don't really have any details. So, but just because it was like right in my neighborhood, it was like a Saturday morning. And I thought about it, and my heart was really heavy about it. So, so when you said that earlier, I thought about that situation with the 14-year-old girl. I teach kids in that age group. I think she would be considered 8th grade. So, so when I think about people in that age group being victims to violence like that, it just weighs on me. So
I think being a parent now, I could never, because I listen to a lot of Fatal Attraction while I'm working, and I just hear the stories of how women either get into a situation where they end up killing their partners, or their partners end up killing them. And sometimes it be because they think that's the best love of their life, and the parents don't even know until they gone. And it just makes me think of situations like that. Like, my delete is I'm deleting regretting having kids.
Oh.
It's not too late, though.
No, it's definitely not too late.
I know I can have kids until I'm 40.
Yeah, you sure can.
I don't do that now. Until I'm like 80, but...
Yeah, didn't you freeze your eggs?
Yeah, I froze them. After my 14 kids I had. I know I got them. Child, I do.
That's some
For
rich
real.
people stuff, too, freezing your eggs.
Right.
No, but, some insurance companies actually cover fertility now, where you can freeze your eggs.
Oh, wow.
Okay. All right, y'all.
So please check into your insurance if you want to get them eggs frozen, you old lonely girls.
I'm good, love.
Everybody with kids like, don't freeze them eggs. Girl, cinch them. Get them away.
Okay.
So, shout out.
Crack them bad boys.
What are you up to going forward? What can we expect from Shana?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm popping some champagne tomorrow. I'm celebrating Dr. King,
right.
y'all. We doing a champagne brunch. We're gonna celebrate. Yep. So
sing it, Keisha. For the King, celebrate. King, stuff. I used to hate that song.
I had never heard of that before.
King celebrate, yeah.
Hate that.
I never heard that.
Keisha, what you got going on?
Just working. I got a few businesses that I've been starting and working through.
Like what? Tell us.
Just launched a trucking company. So
Okay.
Oh, lovely.
that.
Yeah.
Our first MI. So we got our driver on the road. And
Okay, look at that.
a female driver too, a single
Nice.
mom. So
So
we're
you haul for like Coles and stuff like that, roundies.
roundies.
Okay,
yeah.
look at that.
Oh,
That's a
nice.
blessing.
That's a great industry for
It's a
black
great-
men in particular. Yeah,
Yeah,
trucking.
So excited about that.
So you bought a truck,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
got the CDL license yourself.
she has her CDL.
Okay.
So I'm not that good when it comes to being
Child, I'll
out
be
there
so scared.
in those big old trucks, right? So she's a single mom, so we're partnering together. This is
That
going to
is
be a
so
great
dope.
opportunity for her. Yeah. So
So when y'all get that a stimulus money, your parents with multiple kids,
exactly.
when they get that $1,400 out and they get $1,400 per kid,
Buy you a truck.
buy you a truck
Lord.
and invest your money into
Invest
making
your
more money.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
do
many-
research about it and know what you're getting into
Right.
first.
So you got a
That
trucking company
stimulus
and what else?
ain't going to kick you. That's fine.
Sure. Child.
That's gas.
Exactly.
That stimulus for us who works 9 to 5, that stimulus was gone. Okay, like what was that?
We energies. Here you go. Here go the
Hello.
stimulus. That's what it was for me.
So still managing in my position at the bank. So
Mm-hmm.
would love to see you guys come out and have a conversation with me about your financial goals. It's the top of the year. BMO Harris Bank over on Martin Luther
Oh,
King
that's my
Drive.
bank.
So you
Yeah.
got some clients in the building.
Yeah. I do have I have a credit union account too, but that's a whole different ball game. Yeah, you do. Yeah, it is kind of bougie. It
So
is.
let's
It's
talk
ridiculous.
about those financial goals for the new year and get those budgets in place for the small businesses. Let's get your employees some benefits that they can, be proud of when they sign up for your organization. So come on over and talk to me.
All right.
What do I have coming up? What's this week?
Oh,
I'm just planning my trip to the Poconos.
Are you gonna have like a whole ski suit, like and
I'm
stuff,
not
like the
buying-
Fresh Prince and all that?
I'm not buying a motherfucker.
During COVID, I have told myself this year I don't really want to buy. It's going to be so hard for me to speak this into existence, but I really don't want to buy a whole bunch of clothes.
Yeah, you don't have
Even though I
to.
want a whole new wardrobe. But I'm trying to live like, you see those rich people and they shop at Target and Walmart for their shoes and clothes.
The minimalists.
I want to kind of be like that. I want to kind of keep the shoes and stuff I have and see how much money I can save off of that. My boyfriend had a financial goal that he set, which was pretty high, so I'm going to kind of come down for that. I really want to kind of save personally for myself, probably like 5 G's, just to see if I can save
That's
5
reasonable.
G's and look at my account and be like, oh, I got 5 G's. For you guys who are mothers who get all that money back, 5
Right.
G's for you is like, oh,
It's tax time. Some people finna
Right.
be out here cashing out.
Get
Come
you a good-
to the bank.
Get you a
deposit
good
your money.
girlfriend. Get you a good girlfriend for the tax time. Any ladies who would like a
buy
male
no-
companion.
Don't buy no more furniture and TV.
Oh Lord.
No more
Ooh.
Jordans for tax time.
Lord have mercy.
No.
Keisha, you made it through our menu questions. You made it
Thank
through
you,
downloaded
guys.
the
Yay.
episode 12. Thank you for coming here.
Thank
Did you
you
enjoy
so
yourself?
much.
I did. I had a good time.
It was not what
Good.
you expected, was it?
No, it was not. It was live.
It was never is what people expect here on Download and Delete.
Yes,
Thank you
yes,
guys
we're
for
full of
downloading
surprises.
and listening and subscribing. Shauna, where can they find us?
Well, on Instagram, we
She know about that Instagram.
I'm working on it, y'all. And I know it's like womp womp, but I'm trying. Okay, it's MKE down and delete. I don't know what is that Instagram. I don't know.
On
But
Instagram.
Listen,
On Twitter,
I have
we had Down and Delete 1 on Twitter. I'm sorry, download and delete on Twitter and download and MKE at Gmail for there, and just look at download and delete on. Just Google download and delete. You'll find us on.
That's right. Or you know what? I've also found us by like on Apple. If you just look up TDR podcast, like all of them come up, and we come up there, and like on all the stuff.
Make sure you select
Spreaker,
download
all that
and
stuff.
your
Yep.
first one on the TDR podcast
Yeah.
I don't care.
No shame.
Yeah.
As long as it's TDR, we good.
Yes.
Any
Well.
sponsors that would like to sponsor
Oh,
shows,
Lord.
we got sponsorship starting as low as $50.
Oh,
So
Lord.
make sure you holler at us here on the TDR network. Download and delete. This
Yes.
is 5 months a year.
I am Shauna Lucas. See y'all
Bye.
next week.
Waiting for you. Tell me what you